And it says we are live. So let me get it up here on my phone.
It's not quite
And
live
we
on
have
the
Vicki and Laura and Debbie and Ingrid. Hello, hello.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, Shel, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Trying to open some page and I can't get it open.
No.
I'm losing my patience.
I need to put some art guard on before I get going too far.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. When you're getting grungy, yeah.
Hey, Sybil. Hi, Andrea. So glad you guys could make it. So yeah, it's a new year. We got new challenges. And you know, the whole month we're concentrating on grunge revival. So if you notice, what we've got is this was the challenge that we did the first week, which was the monthly challenge. Now you notice that the mood board also reflects the same colors, the same feeling of grunge, because that's where we're headed.
And if you haven't seen the challenge video, it's in the group.
Right.
So we posted it. It's a real-time recorded video posted on the 1st in the group. So go over there and watch it if you haven't already. And it will explain about the challenge and how we go about the challenge and all that stuff.
All that good stuff. Hey, we got more people popping in here. We got Barb and Nell. Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome. Oh, good. My hot glue gun did decide to work.
So I got out a gel plate, you know, because I'm always needing that on the side. I'll put my art guard away now because I've got a coat on me. And I'm gonna start with a few backgrounds. And the first thing I did this morning was I pulled out that journal. Now this is another journal, and I just painted it up with some dark color, and that's sitting aside to dry. We'll get to that. I also pulled out some toned gray paper. If you want to not work on white, if you want something grungy, toned gray is a good way to go. So I was cleaning my brush off on this toned gray paper because I still had paint, right? And I wanted to use that. Then the other day, I had these journals out. And this is the one that we did the first week on. This is the one that has my spread for the live that we did in the group last week. So I did a cover for this journal just because I wanted to do that. And then I've got a page here that's ready that I want to get started on. So I'm going to do something with that today. I've also got this other journal. You see how I like to work back and forth between things. I've also got this other journal that's real grungy. This is some of my painted paper that I printed off and used for the cover of this journal. And you can see the feeling in here, but it's definitely not a finished journal. It's just, you know, a work in progress. So, you know, I've got a tag here that I can attach things to, cut out pages, pages that are, you know, ready for something to go onto it. But yeah, this has that grungy feel, right? So that's another one I pulled out. Now, on this journal, you notice I have a cut out piece in the middle of this page. I want to glue down some of this onto this page because this will be behind my cutout. So I'm just gonna cut a piece of this to glue down behind there, but then I need something on the front surface. And I want to put some texture paste on there. So that's going to take a little while to dry. So I'm going to get some light molding paste and a stencil or something here and put that down. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Betsy, how are you? Too many pages? Well, that's when you have to remind them.
This one is always so
I
small.
don't have the full concept. Grunge is kind of dark, mysterious, messy.
Industrial.
If you Google grunge, you'll see what we're talking about. A lot of the musicians and things back in the 90s, were doing grungy stuff. If you look at the attire then, they were wearing grungy clothing,
Greasy hair.
greasy hair, yeah, long hair.
Long hair doesn't have to be greasy.
No, it does not. But it was a look, It
yeah,
was
but also in art,
know-
grunge is more like, scraping things and scratching things and geometric angular shapes and
Yep.
Stuff like that. Not perfect or I think I got it. Oh my gosh, I got that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the pages that we did last week, you can see that they're dark, that they have layers, that it's just this kind of real messy look. Okay.
So I have an art Canva board. This is a Canson product, plein air Canva art boards. It's got a pressed canvas surface, but it's not made out of canvas. It's I don't know if you guys can see the texture, but it's hard, it's thick, so it's a good surface to work on. I taped off the edges, and I've got out some paints that I haven't used in several years, and so that's the reason I can't get them open. But they are kind of like, do you remember when everyone went crazy with the chalk paint? And people are still doing it. That French country look was in, and everybody was painting their old furniture with chalk paint. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I still like that look.
These are kind of like that. They were made by Canvas Corp brands at the time, Tattered Angels. And
well, it's funny you should say that, because I got out my Fresca Finish, which are also chalk paints.
Yeah, there you go. I think matte paint goes really, really well with the grunge aesthetic, because shiny and glossy and glitter are the opposite, right?
Right, absolutely.
So chalk paint is very matte. And so I figured, and also these colors across here, the colors of this paint I have. And I don't know if they're still making this. Canvas Corp brands, Tattered Angels was bought by another company, and they're called something that's got a number in it, and I don't even know what it is exactly.
I don't either. I haven't been following them.
I should know, but they always had the type of stuff that seemed old and vintage, and
yeah, because they had Seven Gypsies, which was one of my favorites.
Yeah, and that Seven Gypsies, definitely the grunge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at their stuff, you're going to know.
Yeah.
Kind of what we're talking about.
I have their papers and things and other stuff of their products, because I demonstrated for them for a couple years.
Yep.
And I went to, CHA with them and all this stuff, but never was it really my thing. And so when they kind of started to break down, I just decided not to demonstrate with them anymore. Products were good. Style and aesthetic was not really my thing. I tend towards cutesy, bright colors. Where the heck did mine? I can't find anything.
Yeah, this is definitely not good aesthetic, is it?
Peg has definitely always done more of the stuff that grunge is than me. For one thing, she likes brown.
I do like brown.
I mean, come on, people. Brown.
But they're very famous artists that like brown.
Yes, there are lots of them.
Just saying. Not the only one.
No, you're definitely not.
Well, and Shell likes purple, which I don't like purple, but I do kind of like the Perry for this year.
Oh, you've decided now that you're going to like the Perry after all.
I like the Perry a little bit better because it's got the gray tones in it.
Yeah, it's a blue-gray.
Yeah.
It's not really purple. But...
That's better than like a royal purple. I'm just not a royal purple girl at all.
Okay, this one's gotten a little weird, but we shall see. We'll just spread it out a little bit. So strangely, the colors that I have in this paint happen to be the ones that are on here. This one in particular, it was called Mankato color, whatever color Mankato is, I don't know. But kind of a green gray, sage something, I don't know.
Trying to pull out. Now that stone looks a lot like that one. I'm trying to pull out the colors that I just used a khaki.
Khaki is definitely a color that's on there for sure.
Stone,
yeah,
is a good color.
I would agree that that's one of them for sure. All right, let's put a little of this color on there. This is I was just trying to get some color on the background to get me started here. I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest.
Yeah, we're not. We're just grunging it up. We don't have a plan.
It's one of those days that I've really got too much going on to even contemplate anything. I had no time to contemplate this morning. It's things I got to do. So that's just a little too purple, though. This isn't the
okay, and now I
dark
need to add
that I thought it was. So we'll probably come back with that Mankato and put a little bit of that back over the top.
This is Blue Bayou. You need a little Blue Bayou in there too.
Add one more small brayer here somewhere.
And I think I'll stencil that. Just clean this off here. And get a little.
It's definitely taking on the colors, though, for sure. I need some more of this. So for the other color on here, it was almost to me the Naples yellow that I like, and this color is not Naples yellow. It's called chamois, like the thing that you put on your car. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
that's the color of it. But I just mixed it with its opposite color on the color wheel, which is yellow is opposite of purple. So I just put just a touch of this one in there, and it turned into this more khaki-ish sort of color. So it was good for this. And I just mixed them together. Oh, you guys probably can't see. Just a touch of that purple in with this chamois color to make it more of a tannish. Because, putting the opposite color together with the color makes it gray down, or some people call that making mud. But really, it's neutralizing. It's making something more neutral.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a whole month this year that has to do with that. That we'll get into later in the year. At least that's what I recall anyway. Do you recall that?
I don't know.
We made those plans too long
on my
ago.
recall now. This is bad.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about those. Well, yeah. Trust me, there's a month that has some things to do with that. All right, I think that's enough color on there, I guess, for now. So now I need to really look at this and see what interests me here. There's fibers, which I got out some jute and some different things like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know. I think I need texture. That's what I need. Even though texture takes too dang long.
Yeah.
Got some fiber paste.
I was pulling out the paste, but I know it's going to take a little while to dry. But I wanted to get some color on the background before I went crazy with the.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do too, was get some color down first. It's always good to start with color.
Yeah.
I don't think this fiber paste wants to open.
So you can see this is my base coat. Oh, it'd be good if I started my other camera, huh?
Hopefully this is still good.
And the nice thing about these chalk paints is they dry down pretty quickly.
This stuff is very...
So let me see. What kind of texture do I want on here? Ooh, I like this. This might be the one just right off the bat. First one in the pile.
I think I'm going to start with some drywall tape.
That would be good too. Actually, I should look at what I've got in my, before I put this stuff to dry, I should look in my pile of goodies about what needs to be glued down before I put the texture base on, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is starting to build a little bit of... Yeah, those are just a little bit too long, and they're going to go over the tape.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
All right. Put a little bit of that on there. Maybe that's going to make an interesting texture, because it's just...
Yeah, that works, Betsy. You know, use what you have. You know, this is a journal. It's not something that's precious. So I'm all about that. So one of the things that I have, I need to look at my colors. And I made these papers and things, but I've got that. I've got some of this. I've got some of this.
So the fun thing about drywall tape, if you guys haven't ever used it for texture, is it's self-adhesive. So you can stick it down and then forget about it. You don't have to put anything on there. I just don't want it to go over my tape here at the top. To get the rest of that off. So that's a good place to start. I've also got some cardboard. Cardboard, definitely grungy, right?
Oh yeah. I pulled some of that out too. Cuts.
Torn edges. Grungy. Tearing things and ripping things and making it
tattered. See what I'm doing here is I'm pulling some of these strings out on this cloth, trying to make it more raveled.
Yeah. Burlap.
Yep, burlap.
Or for some people, they call it Hessian. If you're in Europe, you might call it that. Is a good one.
I actually did a little bit of gesso and some embossing on. I'm waiting for a shipment. I don't know if you guys were. I put things in my page on PegARobinson.com. I've got additional links. And if you use those links, many times you're going to get discounts. And one of the things over the holidays was Emerald Creek had run this fantastic sale with like 50% off. So I had ordered some of Seth's
Embossing powders.
stuff, you know, because I like it. So I'm waiting for that to come in, but I'd like to use some of that today, but I don't have it yet. So I'll just have to go with what I have here, which is
You
these are.
probably have some thick embossing powder, don't you?
Yeah, this has embossing powder on it. This has some of those glaze embossing powders.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Which is, yeah, because you can still see through them. They're kind of cool. But yeah. Take that corner off. I don't want a sharp corner there. But this can definitely go down on here. And I probably should use some 3D matte gel to put that down with.
That's what I'm using is matte gel, 3D matte gel to glue my cardboard down.
Because these heavier things take some, they're weighty and they take some heavy duty.
Yeah. I also got out some my hot glue gun too, with the idea that I could use that, you know, to help it stick down while it's still drying.
Yep.
This matte gel seems to be working great for sticking things down right now.
That's good.
And then this fiber paste is like really thick. And I think, I don't know if it's been sitting around, even though it was closed. But let's see what I
Plug my glue gun in. Oops. Because I don't keep it on.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Okay, so I got my glue gun. I need some hot glue.
This is going to take forever to dry, I think, but at least I'm building up some texture.
Yeah.
This is interesting stuff. It's literally got like, it's like they took burlap and they took all the fibers out of the burlap and stuck them in some paste. Made this weird, or maybe it's paper fiber. I don't know, but some kind of fiber in the paste. It's interesting stuff.
That's cool.
You know, there's even a medium called Grunge paste. I think it's made by Ranger.
Type of tape makes good stencil. Oh, yeah, it does. Actually, that might be a good idea. These are those tissue papers from Dina Wakley. And I had coated them with some gel medium so that they were more transparent. And that's why you can see through these, is because I took the tissue paper and I coated it with the gel medium, and then it becomes a transparent something that you can put on your page.
Which is a good tip. That is an excellent tip.
And
at some point, I'm going to get some sort of plastic to put in there so this doesn't dry up. Because I just feel like it will. How about some jute fiber? What do you think? Should we try to stick that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I can stick it down in this fiber paste probably. Don't even have to glue it. Because that's fun. Make more texture.
This is going to go. Figure out where I am with this.
It's a good thing I put that art guard on. This could get bad.
I don't think I want something that.
Sticking my fingers and stuff.
Yeah, that's better. But you could do, you could do this with your own tissue papers. Like if you've got dollar store tissue paper, okay? And you've stamped it up with something like a stays on or an archival permanent. You can make your own pieces like this to use in your art.
Definitely.
All right, is this thing getting hot yet?
Probably gonna have to put a little bit of something up there.
You can't find inexpensive gesso? Where are you, Sherry?
Yeah, because Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's got it.
Yeah. They've got, or they used to have that Studio 3 Dale Rowney stuff.
Yeah. Well, they've even had Liquitex.
I'm not sure I ever saw mine have it, but you never know what other places.
Right. You never know.
I definitely know that I got.
They keep
Taylor
changing
Rowney.
their mix anyway,
Yeah.
Just saying. From one time to the next, it changes.
It does. And I go in there to get something I got before and it's not there. And I'm like, grr, why is it not here? All the stores do that to me all the time.
Yeah. Well, I know I was trying to find some quinoa chips the other day, and I'm asking the store clerk, and he's calling upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, we need to find out if we have quinoa chips. And the girl upstairs is saying, well, it's not a real popular item. And I'm saying, well, it's popular with me.
Like, just because someone else doesn't like it.
I don't care if somebody else doesn't like it. I like it.
All right, what else did I get out? I know I got out other stuff here to play with, but that was pretty fun. Better press that down with something wet though. Not my hands. And I wanted to take my skewer. What happened to my skewer? There's one. You just kind of dig around in this fiber paste and see what it does. Because it's kind of cool. How long is it going to take to dry?
A while. I think you better cut this because I'm putting it in the ditch. When you put something in the ditch of your book, sometimes it just doesn't want to open and close.
This stuff is weird. But you can dig around in it and make marks in it. That's fun. If you want to. Ugh, I don't make that come up. I don't want you to stick down in there. Silly things. Don't you worry. You will get your day in the court.
Oh, I should glue that.
All right, let me see if I can find.
Hold it down.
Oh, there's one that has
I
X.
got this.
It's over here.
I'm going to have glue all under my fingernails. I've been digging this out for a week. I'm sniffing glue on with my hands. It's not the best choice.
Oh, that might be kind of interesting. What is this? This is ATC mix-up. Apparently, nobody designed it because it doesn't have the designer on it. I know somebody designed it.
Oh, yeah.
Silly peoples. I thought they all had, Stencil Girl products and the designer on them. I thought they all did. But
Well, I think some of them wear their mask. They do not.
yeah, but this
This
isn't a
catches
mask.
me away.
This is an ATC mashup.
Oh, it's a mashup.
I mean, mix-up. ATC mix-up.
So they didn't say who mixed it
No,
up?
it doesn't have the name on it that I can see who designed it.
I wonder if it's a Mary Beth one.
Could be.
Oh, because it's very geometric. She likes geometrics.
Yeah, there's some mappy stuff on here though, and
Oh, so it could be Mary Nasser.
Mary
Ah,
Beth.
that it's Mary Nasser.
Could be. Because
Yeah,
she's
'cause
always into the
She
maps.
does the maps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to get some color on that. I've got some color wash. Not real dark, but it's something. So let me get, this will be a repeat. One of the things that you want to do is repeat some of your designs. So I've got this down here. I'm going to repeat it with this spray, I think. It'll spray for me. Oh yeah, sprayed. Yay.
So this is heavy gesso I'm using through the stencil. Kind of like a molding paste, but it's gesso instead.
Then I'm thinking to grunge it up, really grunge it up. I should probably use some of this Chinese ink. I don't know if I want this one though. This is a golden black. I want to, let's just get a black. And to do that, I do have an air compressor, but I think I'm just going to use my, oh dear, dropping things.
Stop throwing things.
I think I'm just going to use some canned air. And I need the lid for this before I dry it all the way out. Thanks, Betsy.
I don't want to take these off.
Yeah, easy peasy, right? So this is some black Chinese ink. Usually comes in a bottle like this from Amazon or different places. I wonder if you can get this from Daiso. I don't know.
You think Daiso would be a place that would have it?
You would think.
Yeah.
So then I've got my dust remover can. It's just a compressed air. So I want to put a little bit of this out here. I just want to grunge up my page. with some canned air and some ink.
I think I just need one more. Something.
I need a little bit.
And then I'm going to have to dry this. Maybe I'll dry it first and then.
You can kind of direct where this is going a little bit.
Stencil-a-palooza over here.
And you notice I'm going over these pieces that I put down because I don't want it to just look like I put Dina Wakley's thing on there. I want it to look like it's my stuff. And this is how you can alter it, is by, you know, changing a little bit.
I'll use that one some more later. I don't know. Do you know?
Like that. Thanks, Cindy. The colors are being influenced by mood board. So these are the colors. And so that's where all of this is coming from. It's just right directly off of the mood board.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to need to dry down a little bit. It's pretty wet. While that's drying, I do have my gel plate out here with my messy palette. So let's just clean this up a little bit. This is where I was cleaning my brush off this morning because remember I started out with painting this page in another journal. So this is dry pretty much now. There's a little bit that's wet up there at the top. And I want to take a stencil. Let me grab. It's a little bit grungy. Do something like this. These are those ones from. Oh dear, name's leaving me. Fish McKinney. Kind of viney. Well, I'm going to get some color out here. How many tones that we're using? A drop of blue. A drop of this desert blush.
So now, stencils, they are equally effective on either side. There is not a right side. The only time that makes a difference is if you're trying to stencil letters or words, because they have to be on the correct side, right? If you're going to do B, B, E, it's got to be facing down. If I put it the other direction, it's going to be the opposite, which in some cases it doesn't matter. But these Mylar stencils, you can use whatever side you want. If you like it better curving that way than this way, it absolutely does not matter. No right or wrong.
Well, I'm just placing those stencils on my page, and I'm just going to print using my gel plate here.
I just have to accept that this is never going to be dry in my lifetime. Vicki says she found her desk. I mean, Cindy is telling Vicki she found her desk.
That's awesome.
Not an easy thing to do sometimes.
Everybody needs to find their desk.
And welcome. I think it's probably Mariah. Hello, hello. Is there anybody? I think you welcomed Sherry, right? Already?
Yeah, I did.
I'll do it again. Hi, Sherry.
Yeah. You can welcome people multiple times. That's fine.
I don't know how wet this is. I just did the very tops of it, you know.
Yeah. So I'm going to move this around a little bit so it's not a direct repeat of pattern.
I guess I'm going to put these.
I think I've got enough paint left on here. I'm going to try just printing with the paint I've got left on the gel plate.
I think I'm going to put a little bit of the 3D matte gel and then just a dot of hot glue just to keep it in place while I put it on there. That is Toasty.
Hey, PM.
That's Mariah, I think, unless it's her mother or the opposite.
Well, hello, Mariah.
I will tell you guys a little bit more things I learned about their products. I was messing the other day on my video. I was using their laser printed papers to make resist prints on my gel plate. And she says I can use it more than once sometimes, which I said I can only use it once because I think the paint gets on there and then that's pretty much it. I was talking about how I was planning on hoarding it like a crazy woman, like I do.
Yeah.
And I also said that their stencils are made out of cardstock because I didn't really take that close of a look, but their stencils are made out of U-Poke. I didn't look hard enough. I would have recognized U-Poke if I'd been paying attention.
Who makes the U-Poke stencil?
PM Artist Studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
she sent me a couple of stencils with my order, and I haven't played with them yet.
Ah.
But I looked at them and I thought they were cardstock because they're white. They're not, they're not clear-ish, translucent like Mylar.
Yeah.
So I thought they were going to be cardstock, which stencils made with cardstock work perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. I've done those myself.
But they're not. They're made out of U-Poke.
Or whatever you can cut a stencil out of. Yeah. Works, right?
And I mean, you cut them out of cardstock, they still continue to be used for a long time. Yeah. You maybe can't ever get it clean to the way it was before. But
I like that it's got the paint on it to protect the cardstock.
Yep.
So
Yep, exactly.
I'm good with that.
I don't clean my stencils anyway, so I'm correcting my information. I guess there's other questions that people had on my channel. I could probably address those right now. If anybody, I don't know if any of the people who were questioning me are in here though, but in regarding the membership, some people are freaking out because they don't see the join button. And here's what I'll tell you. The applications that you use on your phone or your pad do not support the join button to join a membership on a channel. Not just my channel, anybody's channel. You can't join the membership because those applications don't show the button because it has something to do with children and danger and I don't know. Anyway, there's some sort
Danger,
of
Will
thing going
Robinson.
on. If you want to still join the channel, you can just go to the browser like Safari or Chrome or whatever. And you can go to my channel using the browser instead of using the application. And bam, the join button will be there. Just like magic.
Magic.
Yeah. So that solves the problem for those of you who are having that annoying problem that was driving you crazy. That you wanted to join, but you couldn't because you couldn't find the thing and it didn't. And, you know, like that. Actually, this would be better with black inside, I think. So if you don't know what these things are that I just glued on here, they're bottle tops. I thought that would make an interesting texture. And I think I can put things inside of them maybe later. So I thought I'd throw some gesso on there and throw some gesso on some of this other stuff. And then maybe I would get some dripping or
well, that didn't do much of anything.
Spraying.
It's going to need another coat of something.
Here's a sad story. I have like a million different types of spray. I mean, I got every brand. And guess what? I don't even want to go get it out because I know that as soon as I get it out, I'm going to try it and it's not going to work. It's going to be clogged and then I'm going to be mad. And isn't that sad that I now won't even get out all those things of spray?
Well, I understand. It's frustrating.
I should just get rid of them if I'm not going to use them, but I find it sad. Like,
well, and I've washed out the sprayers and done everything they say that you have to do, and cleaned it right after I used it, and whatever.
Yeah, I always clean them right after I use them. I have soaked them, taken them apart and soaked them, and then proceeded to, because I had to take the sprayer out, proceeded to spill the entire thing all over the bathroom. I mean, they're just annoying. And then every person says, "Oh, my new sprays, they don't clog." Da 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 da.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
The only ones that don't clog are the ones that don't have any kind of binder in them. If you've got any kind of binder, it's going to clog.
Yeah, and they should just stop saying that they don't, because they get you all excited and then you buy it and then it clogs anyway and then you're mad. Here's what I was looking for.
Okay, so
black.
I need to do something on this side. So let me do something quick. Maybe we'll just do a spray to start with.
She's using a spray. She's not afraid.
Well, I have hoarded this spray forever. They don't even make this one anymore. This was my favorite spray, and it really ticked me off when they quit making it. This is from Ranger. It's Adirondack Color Wash. It's
yeah, the Adirondack.
It's permanent. All you had to do was heat set it, so you could use it on clothing and all kinds of stuff. They quit making it. Everybody needs to get on board with this and contact Ranger and tell them bring it back.
I don't even think they have that. I think that they've rebranded everything that used to be called Adirondack, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. But I mean, this color wash worked.
Actually worked.
Yeah. And I have a few bottles of it left, and I've hoarded it forever because I know I can use this on fabric. I mean, I can take this and I can use it on my fabric and it'll be just fine. And I've had these for years because they haven't made them.
It's like every time you find a lipstick color,
I mean,
you
somebody
finally
needs
find a lipstick color you like, they stop making it every time.
So contact Ranger. Tell them bring it back.
Listen, you Ranger people, stop being so silly.
Yeah, I mean, they had gorgeous colors too, because they were those original Adirondack colors that, you know, we all knew and loved. The sailboat blue, the meadow, you know, these were good colors.
But no, they got to have their designer stuff. They can't have you having that generic stuff anymore. They got to have Tim Holtz and Tina Wakely and da 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 da
Well,
da.
Tim Holtz started out using these. He's the one that got me buying this. I was in a class over in Chicago with Tim Holtz like 30 years ago. He introduced me to the Adirondack line because that's what he was using back then.
It probably couldn't have been 30 years ago. He's not that old. Is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
I thought he was like, I don't know, 40. So if it
No.
was 30 years ago, he was 10. I guess he's aging well.
I mean, I started all of this back in the early 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was taking classes with him back then. So I'm not exaggerating. He was just coming on the scene. He wasn't with Ranger as a designer and all of that stuff yet. I think he was still working for the hardware store. But I went over to Chicago specifically to take this course. Okay, so now I want to put this on here, but if I do that now, it's going to be too wet for me to work on the backside page. So I'm not going to do this yet. Aging like Dick Clark. Yeah, I hope I am too. I mean, back in the day, we used to go take all of those classes because it was fun.
Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just use acrylic ink like a smart person and not get mad.
I want to add a little color to it. Oh, where's my... I need to pick a color that's in the color scheme. I think I have gray or dark blue, maybe. Let me get a darker blue. Here's a Stays On Midnight. Oh well. Oops. Oh well. That's some people say.
Oh, I'm liking it.
Add some. Add some more color to that because it's standing out too much, just like cardboard to me. I'd like it to be a little bit more mysterious.
I'm making a huge mess. That's nothing new, right?
Well, I've got this down here.
So, do I have a color? No, it's too bright.
Going on the edge of this.
Anything that's these more muted colors.
That's not working real good for me.
Gonna spray, of course not.
That was full of paint. Doesn't know how wet my ink pad is either. You know, because sometimes I like an ink pad that's real wet, and sometimes I like one that's kind of dry, depending on the technique that you're looking for. Like, okay, so I've got this. And speaking of which, let me grab some stamps.
Oh, there we go. That one's working.
And if you've got something that's a little bit dry, sometimes it's fun to stamp with that because it's not going to be just in your face so much. This is really dry. But it adds that extra texture.
I need something dark. I want it to be that.
And grunge. So I've added that stamping on there. And I think I should add some stamping on this page too.
Work.
Just to pull it together.
No, you're not going to
A little bit. And I don't have to use the whole stamp. I can use a portion of it. Yeah, I should probably try to take some across the opening. And then I'm going to add a little bit with, see if I can get enough of it.
You're done. I've had it with you already. Stupid sprays.
It's pretty dry. All right. So what other color am I going to use here? Black, of course. Okay, so I've just got some. No, look at that. I had tape there, didn't I? I had tape there. This is just some of that Post-it I was holding this in place with. Because I knew. Okay.
I made such a mess with those sprays, man. I sprayed everything. My iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sprayed it. I probably got some in my tea. Super fun.
So here's
Is
this
there any spray in there?
I'm taking out of here. Okay. And this can be used for something too. I want to deepen that. Get some archival. I still want to deepen this edge here. Grungify it. Thanks, Peggy. Ingrid says, someone said somewhere that steampunk is industrial married with Victorian. Yeah.
That is true. I want to get some real dark in here. Just dark. Let's go for some dripping.
They're having a good conversation here.
That's good. That's what we're here for.
Hey, Laura, hi. There's Sybil, hi. I think I missed her. I'm just scrolling back.
Sybil was here before, was here earlier.
Was she? Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Terry.
There we go. That's what I like.
Hey, Lisa. I was too busy creating. I wasn't looking up.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I'm so sorry.
I have a hard time remembering to look up also. I'm going to need that cardboard color to put over this. But first I'm going to put a little bit of this, and then we'll go back to the sprays in a minute.
And, I love all the chatter today. There's lots of stuff going on here. Barb says she tried out all her spray bottles.
I have so many, and they just...
I know, because every time somebody came out with something, and they all promised to work, you know.
Yeah, they all promise to work, and so you go and you buy it, and then you get mad. Like, it'll work the first time you use it, obviously, because...
Lisa's pulling the paper off her corrugated cardboard. Yay.
Oh, that's yummy. Yum.
Okay, so I think I need something here. I'm just going to take a pencil so I have an idea where my...
Hello, Mika. What do you want?
Oh, stop it.
Stop it. Stop calling me.
Well, my phone wasn't doing it. My watch. I didn't turn my watch off. Okay, so I have an idea where this is going. And I need to clip this over, keep it out of the way.
Okay, so this is one spray that has consistently worked for me.
So
but again, not sure they still make it. It's called Baseboard, and it was a Tattered Angels one. It's their matte version. You know, they always had the mica. Most of their stuff is the mica based ones, but they did have this one matte version. And as you can see, I pulled them open and they still work, even after all these 10 years, at least. Let's try to clean up some of this.
I've been cleaning stuff out. You know, I found my Dove blender the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I found my Dove blender and it's still full of blending solution.
Really? And it's still working?
Yep. It still works.
Yeah.
That's one. See, some of these older products work better than the stuff from today. I'm just saying, I don't understand how my color wash and my Dove blender and all that stuff are still working and this other stuff dries up.
Because they want you to have to replace it. That's why.
Oh, I guess I can unplug my glue gun before I stick my arm on the hot tip.
Please don't do that.
I've done that before.
Yeah, and it hurts. I've done it too.
Yeah. Sherry says she understands the frustration with the sprays. Yeah, I think we all do.
A little bit of this green.
The only ones that don't clog for me are the ones that I made out of reinkers and alcohol.
Yeah, because they're just alcohol.
Yeah.
I have those too. I need some of them. I need to put more ink in, though. I was being kind of stingy, I think. You know, because you don't want to waste all your alcohol or ink in your
Well,
reading.
these are the ones that I made with my own inks and alcohol. So these are all like homemade spray. You should get some of that out and use it, right? I've got a potting soil that would work with this. I've also got a fern green. Yeah, let me pull a couple of those out. I keep forgetting about those. So what I want to do here is I want to create something that I'm going to see through this window. I'm just going to start. May not be visible. I may have to go to a bigger. These are super black Creative Mark fine line pens. I'm going to get a little bit bigger one so you guys can see it. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating ovals. And then I'm creating circles. And then we're going to do some loopy loops. And this would probably be much more visible to you guys. If I was doing it in white, wouldn't it? Yeah, let me get a white pen here. Let me do that again. And some white.
You know what's weird is I haven't put any collage on here. It is very strange. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. The question is it a shell piece if it doesn't have collage on it? That is a really good question. I probably wouldn't mind a little bit of this tissue on there.
Okay, even that is not working the best. Let's see if this pen does any better.
Mika, I hear Ruby barking. How come you're not going crazy?
It probably is still a little damp.
She says bark, bark, bark. Barky, bark, bark. Ugh. Ugh.
So if all else fails, go to a paint one. If the paint is flowing. Yeah, even these can give me trouble. Sybil says the ones with mica clog up immediately.
That is true.
Barb says she uses a huge piece of packing paper when she sprays.
Smart.
Cindy says, beautiful, Shel.
Thank you.
Nell says she just finished a grunge page.
Yeah, she posted it in the group. If you guys haven't seen
Awesome.
it.
You're intrigued by the cutout circle? I just took a craft knife. Just take a craft knife and cut around. Well, and you can cut any shape. Like that's just a circle. All right. I was repeating the circle. Where's my other journal I was working on?
Yeah, because there's a circle on here. That's why I picked kind of circular and arched shapes as well, because of the circle.
But if you look at this journal, here I took a stencil and I cut out this face and this portion of a stencil. So you can cut out anything. You know, here's something where I just cut the page down this way and glued something onto it. But I was playing around the other day, and that's why I got this out, because this is also is a circle. And I want to put some texture paste on here. Okay. You haven't tried the sprays on the gel plate? Oh, yeah. All right, so let me get, well, and you can do this. You could do this like as a door too. I mean, it would not have, you could do it like a door flap. You don't have to take it all the way out if you don't want to. But then this can be incorporated as a flap on another page, which I might do, because you can just score this and make it into a, let me show you. If I took a scoreboard, if I take a scoreboard and I want to add this to a page, I take my bone folder and decide just how far in I want to go with that. I think that should be enough to secure it. But then I just score this. Get a nice line here. Okay. So then I've got a place to fold. And I can put my adhesive here. So then when I glue this down on my page right here, then this becomes a flip up or a door. Okay. So let's get some molding paste. Oh, that one's not open yet. Let me get a different one. That's a brand new one. I don't want to use that yet. Here we go. Got some light and fluffy.
Whoops.
What is it? I know I've got some that's open. Come on. bottom. That's why I probably ordered some more. So let's spread some of this.
What a mess. All right, where's my block? Very stiff, dry brush. Stiff. And just a little one, maybe.
Oh. Getting messy already. I've only just begun. Oh. Okay.
Oh. There we go.
All right. I'm glad you like it, Lisa.
This is probably going to need touching up when it's actually dry. Because right now it's just not dry at all. Especially that right there is not dry at all.
Okay. I think, well, I've got this out. Just going to put a little bit, add a little bit of texture here. So that's pretty wet stuff.
My stuff is really wet and it's not going to be dry for a couple of days. so much stuff on here. There's no way it's going to be dry anytime soon.
As long as I'm drying, what I do with it? Here's white. Let's do a little bit of this Sennelier 3D liner. There. It should give the impression of people, grungy people, right? And as long as I've got this 3D liner and it's got to dry, I can do some texture things here. Because that'll give some dimension and pull that white over from the other page. Now, another thing I could do is come back with some white pen on this page and brighten that up a little bit. We're going for grungy anyway, right?
Definitely.
So this flows into this, which looks through to this. So I've got to set this aside to dry. What else have I got going on? Oh, I was going to use that piece of paper and I didn't use it. Well, another day, huh? So I need to clean this off for sure. So this has some texture on it. I think I want to add some, let's add some additional spray to that. Because I got these alcohol sprays down so you can see what these homemade ones look like. And what did I do with that piece of, oh, I probably used it all, didn't I? Did I use all of that? No, I didn't use it all. There we go. Here's that sequin waste. Yeah, I've got some potting soil here too. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, and as long as we've got the molding paste out, let's just go for it, all right? Just put a little bit in these textural pieces. And add, really peak the sequin down here.
Well,
Yeah,
not perfect lines. Dang it.
like that.
Heavy white gesso go. Where did it go? Did it just get up and walk off? Oh, there it is.
So we're kind of winding down here. Let me see what people are saying. So cool, Shel.
Thank you. Just trying to highlight some of the texture here with some very light dry brushing. Trying to be super light. Because, you know, if you're going to sit around and put all that texture on there, you better make sure it shows up.
Which book is that, Barb? Is it this? This is just one I made. This is just my handmade book with my handmade papers. If that's what you're talking about. These are just, you know, different papers and things that I've done. Okay. Nothing magic here. And then that other one, this one, is that Dina Wakely journal from Ranger. It's a tone tan. And of course, this stuff's all got to dry. Thanks, Barb. So I guess I'm about done. How are you doing, Shel?
I'm just finishing up with a little bit of dry brushing and I'm pretty done.
Yeah.
Just take this white gesso and highlight some of the texture.
Yeah, I've still got stuff that's got to dry down.
Yeah, there's definitely
That's about as far as she can go.
way too much wet.
Yeah.
This thing is gonna dry down too, but
Yeah.
I did manage to get a little bit of that dry brushing on there, so that's good. But I think it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of texture. It's got a lot of stuff on there. And it's the colors. It's got the colors.
Yep, definitely the colors. Yeah.
It's got fibers.
What we were about today was,
and then it's definitely got a lot of arched and circular shapes like this. So I think it definitely fits the mood board.
Yeah. So thanks for being here, everybody. I'm so glad you've joined us. We're always appreciative of everybody that comes to join us, and we'll see you again next time.
Yes, next week.
More grunge revival.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.